this is a quote. I think it's fair to say part of why we're talking today is that the Mac Pro, the current vintage we introduced, he doesn't call it the trash can Mac, we wanted to do something bold and different. In retrospect, it didn't well suit some of the people we were trying to reach. It's good for some. It's an amazingly quiet machine. No one cares.
When that's your
It's a beautiful machine. No one cares. It's under the desk. But it does not address the full range of customers we want to reach with the Mac Pro. Turnus says one of the foundations was dual GPU and for certain blah, blah, blah. But the way the system, this is the key, the way the system is architected, it just doesn't lend itself to significant reconfiguration for somebody who might want a different combination of GPUs. That's when we realized we had to take a step back and completely re-architect what we're doing and build something that enables us to do those quick, regular updates, keep it current, keep it state-of-the-art. Now, at that point, they said, we are working on a new Mac Pro. It will not be available this year. They didn't say when it'll be available, and I saw a story repeated by Mac Rumors from a blog that said he'd talked to a number of people, and it may not be till 2019. Yeah. The reason he thinks that is his people told him, and the Apple people told him, that they started working on the new design a few weeks ago. And it's not unreasonable to say it might take them as long as 2 years, certainly over a year, to make a new
Well, they've dropped the ball on this whole sector for so long now. They're playing catch-up constantly.
It's sad because they had the cheese grater Mac was perfect.
And now Microsoft is eating their lunch with designers. And, you know,
and I think that, so this is, as I'm going to say, in my opinion, by the way, I have the Surface Studio. That's what I use. And I think that a lot of designers would look at this and say, that's what I wanted a Mac to be. Touch screen, by the way, Apple said at this meeting, no touch screen ever. Not going to happen.
Got to get off the hobby horse.
They said at this also, we're going to continue to update the iMac. There'll be a Pro-ish iMac later this year. They said Pro. iMac later this year. We are going to make new Mac Minis. They're going to be a little taller maybe. And they said not this year, but sometime, which makes it to me a vaporware announcement. There will be a new Mac Pro.
Trust us on this one. It'll be coming soon.
It seems to me this is to staunch the bleeding of people. They're hoping that pros listening, and I don't know why a pro would do this, would say, well, all right, I guess I won't make the shift to Windows this year, and I'll survive till the next Mac Pro comes out.
I mean,
which some pros might do. I mean, if their workload, depending on what their software workload is,
you'd have to be very devoted to Macintosh.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, and some people are, and I would say if you are looking at your budget and you don't have to make a hardware decision right now, if you think that you can make that decision a year from now, or if you think that the new iMac might be able to fill in the gaps, that might be useful. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's basically hoping, you know, that the pros who are already kind of eyeing professional, Windows desktops are going to be convinced to not do that because they know that something new is coming. And whether that works or not, I don't know. But I mean, that's obviously what they're hoping, is that they'll be able to prevent people from making those decisions.